another segment. So I was talking to a few good men, and they asked me, and it's my man Richard, my man Tay, my man Quan. They asked me, in my opinion, who is probably the worst boxer. And when they say, and this is to me, I don't think anybody is the worst fighter, but a fighter who could never ever go in my Hall of Fame list is Roy Jones.
Roy, problems. Roy has not found a way still to get a sustained attack against him.
And there goes Jones on a hard left hand, and that is the most that Roy Jones has ever been hurt. Only Lou DeVal ever knocked him down. Jones may not get up, and he makes it up. It's over. Jay Lady stops the fight, and Jones is still on clear.
Now, don't all jump at me at one time. I know Roy has a lot of people who loves him, who feels as though he's the best because he went from, if I'm not mistaken, I think Roy either jumped 2 or 3 weight classes, and he was doing his thing. But this is all I'm going to say. And this is no disrespect to Roy. I just don't. I'm not going to say you're the worst because you got in there and you did win and you got belts. But who did you fight worth talking about? The only person I know you fought James Toney, and I know you fought Antonio Tarver. And when you fought Antonio Tarver, and Bernal Hopkins. Out of 60-something odd fights, all you got is 3, and one of them, you got knocked out cold. It just showed that you weren't who everybody built you up to be. Like I said, when it came to the theatrics of Roy, him being a rapper, him being on the Matrix game, him dancing around in the ring and doing all that stuff, that was cool. But Roy he didn't fight anybody. Literally, the man didn't fight anybody. He fought nobody but 3 people. He has a whole entire boxing records of nobodies. I mean, nobodies. Nobody. I mean, I can't even stress it anymore. Roy was I guess it's good for him because he's a Hall of Famer, and people look up to him in the sport and they ask him, how he feels on this fighter and that fighter and stuff like that. But he didn't fight anybody, y'all. I only watched 1 fight of Roy Jones, and that was 2. I'm sorry. I watched him and Antonio Tarver, and I watched him and Mike Tyson in their exhibition. If Roy is your favorite fighter, it's no disrespect to you. But I could do without Roy. I promise you. I could do without Roy. Roy don't even come to my mind. He's not even top 10. Roy ain't even top 20 to me. Man, Roy ain't even top 30. I'm sorry, y'all. And it really irritates me that people run to him and ask him his opinion on these fights. I mean, yes, he was a boxer. Yes, he fought people, 3 people out of 70-something odd fights. I think Roy's record is 66 wins and 10 losses. But he was exposed when he got in there with Antonio Tarver. Oh, and yes, he did beat Bernal Hopkins when Bernal Hopkins came home early in his career. I think that, back then they were just throwing people in the ring with certain people. But Roy, come on, y'all.
Close one. Still missing. Now he sticks one position from which Muhammad Ali used to throw the jab.
Right hand left chances with a right hand. No, I really think
they have barely begun.
The chicken wing thing.
Make him commit. He didn't want to commit, so I had to give him a chicken thing. I ain't looking for no ropes. That's a chicken wing. You know what I'm saying? Watch him. Come here. Don't do that. Come here now. Don't do that. Y'all must have forgot.
Is that going to go on the highlight reel?
You got to.
Y'all must have forgot.
It was so corny. It was a waste of time. Like, I don't like anything about Roy. I didn't see, I don't know if he was powerful because a lot of his hits didn't even look like it even hurt. I think he was just knocking out people and they were just laying down for him. Come on, y'all. Roy. Come on, Roy. And like I'm saying, I'm not trying to disrespect Roy Jones, but we were all talking, like I said, and they were jumping on me. Man, Roy Jones what? Roy Jones what? What did he, what? It was a waste of time. Roy went through a whole, yes, he jumped weight classes and he beat people. But who are these people? Where did they come from? Who are they? I only gave you three people. Antonio Tarver, James Toney, Bernard Hopkins. And that was when Bernard was fresh out. You know, fresh out of prison, did 10 years. All that, come on, y'all, help me out, man. When we talk about legends and we're talking about boxing, we're talking about, let's not even mention Floyd, because Floyd is a great, we won't even mention Floyd. We're talking about Aaron Pryor. We're talking about Sugar Ray Leonard. We're talking about, maybe y'all don't even know this guy. He's from Landover, Maryland. What was his name? Junius Hinton. And like names like that ring bells in the boxing world. Like, and that's like right before Roy and during Roy, stuff like that. After Roy, then we can get to your Floyd Mayweather, we can get to your Canelos, we can get to your Julio Chavez. Those are all legends to me. You know, we could Fernando Vargas. These are legends to me. Man, Sean Porter more of a legend to me than Roy Jones. I like Sean better than I like Roy. I'll go with Sean Porter. And I don't have nothing against Sean Porter, but I know a lot of people would be like, Sean Porter? Man, I'm going with Sean the whole way. I'm not about to sit here and wait and pay $80 to $100 to watch no Roy Jones. Y'all have lost y'all mind to even bring him up. Like, Bernard Hopkins is a legend to me. Roberto Duran is a legend to me. Of course, like I said, Floyd Mayweather. Javante Davis. Al Shakur. I'll go with, listen, y'all know how I feel about Devin Haney. I'll go with Devin Haney before I go with Roy Jones. That's just what it is. Roger Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather Sr. I like all of these people before. I'm not watching no Roy. I'm not putting Roy up there with anybody. Roy Jones is just not a legend to me. Only because he didn't fight anybody. Except for those three people. He beat Bernard, he beat James Toney. But when he finally fought somebody that knew what they were doing, Antonio Tarver put him on his back pockets. Roy glove was up in the air, he was shaking, he was cold. Now the heart of Roy Jones, even getting in the ring after that, cool. That we could talk about that, but all that legend stuff, and no. Roy is better being whatever he is now, a commentator. You walk up, you see him out Vegas, and you walk up and you ask him a question about a fighter, and he's just like us. He's the audience. He's a very good spectator. Other than that, please, y'all. No disrespect, Roy. No disrespect.